Do we hear me now? Okay, so wait, do you hear me now? Okay, now there we go. I have my buttons backwards. Silly. There we go. What's up, gang? There we go. There we go. All right, there we go. What's up, gang? Good to see you. Sorry about that. My buttons are shaded the wrong way. There we go. Good to see you guys. Al Levine, Robertson, Justin, David. So good to have you guys here with us. There we are. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back. Hey, first thing I want to do with you guys today, I'm putting a link in the chat. This is your code. If anybody wants Overskill access, I saw all of you guys going and building yesterday. It was awesome. If anybody does not yet have access, I just put a code in the chat. Asha, my volume should not be low. You should be able to hear me just fine. Double check your computer. Yeah, so cool. Glad you guys are enjoying that. Hey, so I just put a code in the chat for you. I got tons of stuff for you guys today. Great, volume's fine. Thanks for that. Appreciate you, gang. You should be able to hear me. Make sure your computer volume is on. That is our live code. So if you guys are not a member of Overskill yet, if you want to skip the wait list and get right in, currently right now, Overskill is locked down by a wait list. So if you guys want to skip that, put that code right inside of Overskill. When you go, just go to overskill.com. Right at the top, it says, do you have an invite code? This is your invite code. So you can go ahead and put that in, skip the wait list, get in there right away. Today, we're going to be building an app. Today I'm going to build with you guys. I'm excited to do this. As I build, I can answer your questions, and this is going to be really, really fun. So Kathy just said, how do I ask a question? If you have a question, I'd love for you guys to put those on a Google Doc right now. Put any of your questions on a Google Doc because we're going to start building, and I'm going to have a little downtime as the apps are being built. I'm going to be able to communicate with you guys in the chat, and it's a great time to answer questions. Any questions you have about Overskill. I know there's a ton. I saw great questions coming in already. But first off, gang, to start off today, I just want to say thank you. I know a lot of you guys yesterday were like, hey, are we going to build an app? Hey, are we going to get in there? And I took a lot of time, and that was selfish on my behalf. I want to say thank you for allowing me that time. As the guy that's going to bring you through all this, I look to work with you guys for a long time going forward in the future here. And yesterday was amazing. I got to, after this was done, I got to go read the chat. I got to see the names, see what you were seeing, see what you're feeling. And for me, it made this a lot more intimate. I feel like I know you guys a lot more, your businesses and your goals. And for me personally, that's everything. So thanks for letting me hang out yesterday, and thanks for obliging me on that. Today is going to be much different. Connie doesn't see the code. No worries. We're going to put it right back in there for you. The code is live dash, what is that? 5 or S5Z4, live dash S5Z4. Yeah, David, notice the chat scroll is different. So I made a bunch of changes yesterday to this platform that we're streaming on right now, and I'm going to show you guys all that. But I'm really excited to get to walk you through how to actually use Overskill. So number one, thank you guys for obliging me yesterday. That was awesome. Number two, invite code. As promised, we have invite codes for you guys to skip wait lists. Awesome. Thank you, Olivine. So make sure you use that invite code. Here it is in the chat again, really quick. Now, you guys should notice some major differences in the stream today and your experience from today all the way up until yesterday. And it was awesome. We did the stream. We saw a lot of great stuff. And at the end of it, saw some stuff that was like, hey, I want to fix that. I want to change that. So you guys will all notice now the chat function's completely different. Yep, that's right, Tori. Your own comments are on the right. It's much easier for you all to see and to actually follow through the chat on exactly what's happening. We also changed up how this page feels and how it looks and interaction for you guys. I know a lot of you are probably that volume should be high. I have my volume pretty much right at the limit where I'm going to start crackling if I get too excited. So we might, maybe your speakers are low, because I think for everybody else, I'm super loud. I rarely get the comment like, Dante, you're too low. So if I am, maybe throw some other speakers on there. Yes, David. So inside YouTube too, you can choose the YouTube slider and adjust that. But it was so fun getting to be with you guys yesterday, and then going in and rebuilding and rechanging and tweaking the thing. And like, I just want to remind you guys, I am not a developer. I'm the farthest thing from a developer you can get. I've purposely never learned how to write any code because that's like been a tagline of mine. I don't know how to write a single line of code, but I can create the things I need to create. So it was awesome. I just want to remind you guys, I don't know code. I don't know code at all. Like, to create this thing, I think I shared with you guys yesterday, I've been trying to create something like this for the past 2 years, that I could do these things for ClickFunnels and Russell's trainings and Todd's, all these. I've tried to do this so many times, was never able to. Hire teams to come in and try and figure out how we can make this work without just going to like Twitch or something. Because who wants to go to Twitch? None of us want to go to Twitch. It did it all by ourselves. That power is what everybody here has. So super cool. Perfect timing. It's like, you guys know, you can see Shade is also now in the chat. Oh yeah, Dan, sometimes YouTube, like when you click the volume button, YouTube doesn't do it. You might have to click that volume button twice. Thank you for that, Dan. You guys will see in the chat too, Shade just did it. You can @ anybody. So if you want to @ speak to somebody and make sure that they see your comment, you're more than welcome to do that. Yeah, Gordon, may not be a developer, but this app in 2 days is unreal. I couldn't agree more. I really could not agree more with you guys. And this is just the front end room that you're seeing. There's an entire back end that, well, let me show it to you really quick because it's cool. It's really cool. So let's hop over here. So this is just, that's the front end that you're seeing. I have an entire back end where I have a control room. I can see the public page. I can export these so I can see your chat and get to learn you guys. I have all sorts of cool stuff. I made sessions where I can make session schedules, and you guys are going to experience that going forward next week. You're going to have a calendar on the waiting page so you can see what sessions are happening throughout that week and adjust your schedules accordingly, or make sure to add sessions you need to be a part of to your actual calendar. So this is just what you guys are seeing, is just the front end. There's an entire back end back here that I built for myself and the team, and it works beautifully. And I did it all myself. I feel powerful every single day. In case you guys have not heard the definition of power, the true definition of power, not what, Webster's going to tell you. The true definition of power is to be able to manifest in real life what one sees in one's mind. That is the true definition of power. And Overskill is by far the most power I have ever had in my hands, ever. It's absolutely incredible. So, gang, I want to walk you guys through. Here we go. Perfect. What I want to do today is I really want to build apps with you. I really, really want to build an app. And yesterday, it seemed like so many of you were consultants, and so many of you were talking about calculators, simple calculators that you could make to automate your process. Or anybody here, is anybody here a coach's coach? Anybody here a coach's coach? Oh, I have my mouse backwards. That's why. I was like, why can't I move? Is anybody here a coach's coach? Shade is. Cool. So like for Shade, if you're a coach's coach, that means people are trying to do the thing that you're trying to do, and they're coming to you to be the guide and the resource for that. And if you're a coach's coach, how many times are you giving affiliate links to other softwares so that you can just get a 10 or a 20% commission? Not anymore, gang. All the current things that our coaches and consultants are using for your business, whatever you're subscribing to, like, for instance, a calculator, which we're going to build today, you don't need to anymore give your clients affiliate links for your tools that you're using. You can just give them access to your tool. Instead of getting 20% of $20 a month, you just build the tool, and now you can get their $20 a month. Does that make sense? We build the tools that we use every single day. And I shared this use case yesterday. It was a really cool, we had an event a couple weeks ago in Boise, and we had somebody do this exact thing. And it was within an hour, she was making money. So she launched out her her app. It was a calculator app that they were coaches, and they helped other coaches start their business, have the right tools, resources, and marketing necessary to get started, right? So they took this ROI calculator tool that they made for their clients to be able to do the thing for their clients, showed it to a client. Client was like, oh, that's amazing. This is exactly what I need to do in my business. And they said, great, would you like us to build it for you? And yes, and now an entire new revenue stream was built in. Now they can start a whole agency wing of their business. Instead of trying to just spam out affiliate links, they just makes the apps that they're currently promoting to go along with their program. Now they own the entire system. They own the entire ecosystem. Does that make sense for you guys? 1 for yes, 2 for no in the chat. And by the way, just in case you don't know, there's a 10-second delay inside of YouTube. So that's just what I'm waiting for here. Okay. Okay, and you got me. Sorry about that. That was crazy. So we're having like a really bad storm here. We have a little secret office in Canton, Georgia. We had some weather. I just heard thunder crack overhead, and then all of a sudden everything blinked out. I think our backup is up and running now, though, so we're good to go, and we're back. And you can see that. Cool. Okay, great. Love that, gang. So that's a great lever. That is a great mechanic that everybody here can run. I'm sure everybody here who's a coach or a consultant in any way, shape, or form, I'm sure you guys all have those. By the way, really cool. Our backup generator works here. I love that. But anyway, that's what we're going to do today. That's what I want to build with you guys. I'm really super excited to get into it. So without further ado, let's do it. Here's what I did, gang. We're going to hop over here. Great. Here's what I did. I pre-made one of these. And the reason for that is... Laura, that's a great question. Maybe we'll get into that later. The reason I pre-built this was just because the first build, when you're making an app, the first build is definitely going to be the most time-consuming part of the process. It's building all the scaffolding. It's building the foundation of code. Your first build can take anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes, just really depending on your internet and the complexity of what you're actually trying to build to start there. So I made this one. I pre-made this one just so that we can skip a little bit of the build time. However, I want to start another build from scratch with you guys. So we're going to be able to do this process exactly from the start together. I'm going to hop up here. Here's the prompt that I made. All right. Here's the exact prompt that I made. Let's show this, and I'm going to copy this. But don't worry, I'm going to do all this from scratch. I just want to do it exactly the same way so we get the same products delivered, and this will make perfect sense for everybody. So here's the prompt. But I didn't prompt this in any way. You guys know what I did. All I did was I came over here to my keyboard. I pressed my button so I could start speaking, and I just spoke this into existence. Build an ROI calculator for consultants to show a client what working with them is worth. I want this feature to ask them 3 things: their current monthly revenue, the number one thing they're struggling with right now, the number one bottleneck in their business, and if they could solve that bottleneck, what's a modest estimate of how much working with a consultant could make them over the next 12 months? Bingo. So I can remove this now because I'm just copying that from the old builder just so we can start off here. But that's prompting, gang. Remember, with prompting, it's the what, not the how. I see a lot of questions on what's the... Well, I'm going to get into that in just a second while it builds. We tell it the what, not the how. Todd built the how. You never tell it the how. You just explain for it in really simple terms what it is that you want to build. The more descriptive at the beginning we can be, the better. It'll give it everything it needs to really fully understand. Nice. This is so cool seeing you guys in the chat too. I love you're already using all the features. This is so cool. So once we are happy with the prompt, the start that we want, we're just going to hit enter. And it's going to start creating our apps. You can see it usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes. It totally depends on what you're building. Or you might be building a really simple app that is like 5 to 10 minutes, and that's just easy breezy cover girl. You might be building more of a complex app. In that case, the build might be more like 10 to 20 minutes. It really just depends on what you're doing. This was a very simple prompt. This will take probably just about 10 minutes to build. And again, a lot of that is just coming down to putting down the base layer of code that we're going to build everything on top of. So here we go. That's the new app that it's drafting. Remember something with Overskill, gang, you can have 2 or 4 concurrent windows open. So you don't have to just have one tab. I encourage you guys to have multiple tabs open, work on multiple projects at once. We've said forever, focus on one. Don't work on multiple projects. Don't work on multiple things. Just focus on the one thing. Not anymore. Not in 2026, not going forward. We can work on everything really, really fast. So now, thank you, Kathy. You are amazing. You guys rock. This is so good. This is so good. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to hop up here, and I just want to show you it's the exact same prompt. It's the exact same prompt. I even so silly when I started making it, I was just thinking, I just went prompt. So that's even in there right now. Build an ROI calculator for consultants to show a client what's working with them. The 3 things I want, boom, boom, and boom. All of that is right there in the prompt. And here's what it came up with. This took about 7 minutes. I timed it. It was about 7 minutes. And I want to walk you guys through when we make a first prompt, it's going to start out with the design direction. This is what it built. I haven't touched anything. This is exactly what it spit out. If we want to tweak design, all we have to do is go over here and literally tell it. We just tell it what we want to change the design to, but it set the design, it set all the tooling, it built all the code, it built all the databases, it built all the tables. Then it gets to the actual software, the actual calculator itself. It built the index page for that. It walks me through everything that it's doing right down here. I even got a deployment error. No problem. We fixed the deployment error. It went in, did its investigation. It said, ooh, yep, I understand. This is exactly what the problem is. And I love the chat, how it walks us through. We have a tool used. If we want, we can show that tool used, and we can see the actual tools that it used and the status of that tool use. If you're technical, you'll love that. If you're not, you won't really care, and that's totally cool. You don't have to care if you don't want to care, because we just have Todd's brain. If you want to see, though, it does show you everything. It fixed the problem that we were having, did the things that we needed, and that's it. I'm at the bottom of my chat. That's all. I put in an initial prompt. I haven't said anything else to it yet. So nice. Great, gang. Glad you guys can hear. So here it is. It worked for about 7 minutes, and then this page went from that preview page we were looking at, which is right here, building your app. And you can see now that my initial prompt went down, it's starting the exact same thing. Here's my design direction that I want to take it. Let it do this at the beginning, gang. If you have design direction that you want to give it, I would recommend that you hop over here and you use the lightning bolt, your prompt idea. Here is where we can really build a lot more on top of. I use the quick prompt. I just said, I want to build an ROI calculator. I want it to do this. Boom, simple, quick prompt. We're going to see. Let's see. I can hop down here. How many credits did it take? This took 2,300 credits to get this. That's it. If you guys are in Marketing Secrets AI, then credits are just different. Right? What might cost 10 credits there might cost 1,000. It's just numbers. It's just different. It's really all the same at the end of the day. So yeah, you can always see how many credits it takes you to build an app down here. But let's hop back over. This is what it came up with. I want to show you guys something awesome. We have a little editor down here. It's a visual editor. I use the prompter like crazy. I use my plan mode tremendously, and then I go to build mode, especially when I want to build new features. I go to plan mode. I talk about that feature. We flesh it out. We come up with the plan. I go to build mode. I say go, and then it builds that plan for me. Plan mode does cost credits. Of course, so does build mode as well. But I use them tons and tons and tons. So, nice. Lightning bolt was really helpful. I love that. So yeah, this to get right here took 2,000 credits. That's it. So I have my headline, I have my sub headline. Great thing about all these pages is they're built on Russell frameworks. They're built on proper marketing frameworks. So we have our headline, we have our sub headline. The above the fold looks really clean. And then we hop down here and it's step 1. So now we're going to test this app. I'm going to walk you guys through so you understand everything. This is called a preview window. When I first build my app, the app is building right now, and it's going to build into a preview window just like so. Once that is created, this is only a preview window. I need you guys to know that. It is only a preview window. Right now, this app is not accessible to anybody on the internet. It is impossible for them to find it because I have not yet made this app live. Once I make this app live, it gets a URL. I can share that URL with customers. But this is just a preview window. I'm going to make sense of that in just 2 seconds. If I want to go live with an app, I go up here to publish. And first off, you can see that my publish has a little orange button in the top right blinking. That publish button, what it really means, the orange up top, it means that there are changes happening on your app that are not yet live. In this case, we just built the app. We've not deployed anything. We've not published anything. So all the changes we make get applied here. Anytime you see this orange button, it means you've done work here in the builder or in the editor. You've made changes to your app that are not being reflected live to customers. So let me walk you through this. We have our publish button. Check out my live URL. My live URL is different from my preview URL. So if I go up to the top here, we have our open preview in new tab, but we also have a share button. If I click this share button, I can see a preview link. This is a specific preview link. It is not your live URL. So as we're building these apps, gang, I'm going to take, here is the bones. Here's what it built for me. I'm going to take this right here, and I'm going to make some tweaks and edits to it, and I'm going to get this to a point that I'm happy with, and then I'm going to publish, and then it's live, and then I can share it with you guys, and then all of you can use the thing as well. So let's do it. I can test right here inside the preview window if I want, or I can click this button to open up a new preview tab, and here is my page. Here is the exact thing, functionality and everything. If I want to test mobile and see how does this look on mobile, I can always go over here. I can minimize, and this is a rough look of what I would be seeing on mobile. This is a rough look. Oh, I'm just seeing on my screen that looks super stretched. Oh, sorry, that's mobile. Let's get this back. Okay, great. And now it looks normal. I don't know why it didn't format properly for you guys on your side. Do that on your own when I give you this app. It'll not look blurry like it just did in the preview. Yes, you can change all names. You can change domains. How do we add our own logo? I'm going to show you that in just a minute, Richard. Great question. But I want to test. I built this thing. I have the vision of what this thing should do in my mind. Now I want to see, does it do what it's supposed to do in my mind? Let's test it out. I can do it here on a preview tab, or I could hop in here and I could type out my numbers, right? I could do it either way. For this, I'm just going to go to the preview tab, just so we can only look at the page and not be distracted by the builder or the prompter over here. All right. You could do that, Richard. You definitely could. Yes. Tim, sorry, you could do that. But there is another way to add logos. Anyway, let's hop over. Let's do 25,000 is my monthly revenue. What's my number one bottleneck? Let's say low close rate. I am not converting at the rate that I need that. And then step 3, if the consultant solved that, what's a modest 12 months upside? How much do we think that if we could fix our low conversion roundabout, how much are we going to get? No, Asha, that scheduling app, we're going to start building on that next week together. Today is Friday, end of the week. We're going to have great momentum that's going to send us into next week. We're going to be able to build this app right now in the moment. So here we go. If we solve that, what's a modest upside? Let's just use their examples here. And then an optional is my engagement fee. What does it cost to work with me? Let's just use the placeholders that are already in there. Bingo, I enter the 3 numbers, and now I have an action I have to do. I have to hop over here and I have to reveal the value. And then when I reveal the value, then I can see my estimate. But I have some changes that I want to make on that. First off, I want to make this really easy for customers. So I want there to be slider bars on step 1 as well as step 3. Instead of them having to type these things out, I just want a slider bar that makes it easier for them. Here's where we get to be real marketers. The more steps in the equation, the more process for them to fall off. The more options and ways for them to say no. I just want to make this as easy. We remove friction, right? That's one of the top 3 goals of a marketer, and everything we do is to remove friction from the process. So I see typing it out as friction, especially on mobile. I don't want people to have to open up a keyboard to type out their thing. If I just put a slider on that page, they could just slide a slider to their monthly revenue. I like that much more. Step 3, again, another slider is better. And then as I look over here, I didn't have to put in an email to get that. I just had to click the button to get that. And now I have it, but that didn't turn into a lead generator for me. And this should be a lead generator. I need this to acquire leads. I want this to fill my pipeline so I can turn leads into sales and have a sustainable business, right? So I built initially. Now I have some changes that I built it. I tested it. I see some things that I want to tweak, and now I'm going to go tweak those things. Are you guys following with me so far? 1 for yes, 2 for no in the chat. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Is this making sense? I'm not asking, are you a master of this? Sorry about that, guys. Power is weird over here today. We're going to keep that going. Nice. Do. So that tells you right over here, this build is done. That's awesome. We're going to go back to it in just a minute. And this one took me 711 credits to build so far. So pretty low build. Here we go. Back over to our tab. I want to change these things. And Brian said 0.5. I want to change these things. Brian, that's why we're doing this. We're doing this exactly so that we learn how to do these things. It's just processes. It's just learning the software. You guys are all going to learn this so fast. I built it. I clicked my preview button to come over here, and I interacted with it just like a customer would. From there, I found some notes that I wanted to change. Notate however you want, gang. Maybe you want to pull up like Notepad on your computer. Cool, we're back. Maybe you want to pull up Notepad on your computer, and as you're going through your app, you just want to write out the notes that you're taking. Hop over here. Maybe you want to just write down the notes that you're taking and have it on a notepad. Personally, I remember this. Now that this refreshed, you guys might have to, yeah, I'm sorry, gang. We just keep losing power here. That's why that's happening. We just keep on losing power. There's lightning storms like crazy right now. I think our power might have actually gone out and we're just running on a generator right now. So sorry about that. You can watch on YouTube if you need to. So anyway, I want to make some changes. Either notate your changes as you're going through your app. I'm pretty comfortable with this, and this is a fairly small app, so I'm not going to need to do any sort of notating. I can just remember this off my brain. Let's go tweak. Here's exactly how it works. I'm going to hit my little button to allow me to start talking to my computer. I want to change some things on the page. First off, step 1 and step 3, I want those to have slider bars on them. If they want to type in their actual number, keep that box so that they could type in the box their actual numbers, but also put a slider there that they could slide left and right to easily get to their numbers. Also, on the right-hand side, there's a button after they fill the forms in. There's a button for them to click to reveal the value. I don't want that to be a button, and I don't want them to have to actually click. What I want to have happen is on the right-hand side, as they're filling in these forms, it is automatically filling out their results on the right-hand side, but all of the results are blurred out. So they can see that results are there, they can see that things are happening, but they cannot see what those results actually are. For them to see those results, they need to just put in an email, give me their name and email, and then I deliver those results to them. That's it. I just tell it what I want it to do. That's it. I press enter. This is the mindset shift. I just saw that. Who said that? Richard. I'm realizing this is a whole mindset shift. You're right, Richard. I want to re-pull in the story that I shared with you guys yesterday about how blessed I am to work next to Todd Dickerson. I get to see him building this. I'm right next to him, gang. There's only a couple people closer to this project than I am. And for my first 3 months using Overskill, I was having tons of problems. And it was my mindset. It was just the way I was talking to it. I was trying to work like in the last decade, and I wasn't understanding the new decade. All right. So you're right, Richard. 100%. It is a different way to work. It is a different mindset. And the mindset is just tell it. Like, I want you guys to remember that as you go through doing anything. And maybe it's like tonight or this weekend or whatever it is. And yeah, I'm having a good time with it too, Ann. If you, the question always comes up, can Overskill do this? Can Overskill do this? Can Overskill do that? And the answer is probably yes. There's been very few cases that I say, no, it can't accomplish that. But the number one thing I tell people all the time, they say, can Overskill do this? I say, just ask it. Just ask it. All right, on that note, I want to show you guys something else really cool. You guys came in yesterday and started building and started flying, and that was awesome to see. I want to show you our help center. So from inside an app, you can just go to help in the top right here. Help is going to open up, first off, our help articles. We have tons of help articles. Feel free to search those. Richard, Plan does save credits. Plan is much less of a drain on credits. So I love to use Plan. Like here, I have some features. If I wanted to add a new feature to this, I would go over here. I'd go to Plan mode. I would plan out that new feature, the functionality behind it. And then Overskill will tell me, when you're ready to build this, switch me to build mode and say go. So I switch to build mode and I say go. Right? Done. Yes, I love using plan mode. It really is great. But I want to show you guys the help center. This is so hard for me right now because I just want to show you everything. But we're gonna build each day and each week. We're gonna build upon this. I promise you guys are gonna be an expert soon. I have a lot of cool stuff to show you. But here's our help center. Okay, it's available inside of your app itself. We can also find this from anywhere else in the software. I'm gonna show you that in just a minute. But this is powerful. Our AI is completely. Our support is completely AI backed. So you get responses immediately. It is so fast. So you can always go here to articles. You can search our articles to find certain things that you might be trying to do. You can hop over here to the chat. And now you can ask questions. This does not generate any credits, by the way, gang. This is completely free. So you can hop in here and ask questions about Overskill. Maybe how do I integrate Overskill with a Google Sheet? So all the leads that I collect go to Google Sheets. How do I integrate Overskill with my ClickFunnels account? Can I integrate Overskill with my ClickFunnels account? You can hop over here to the chat and not have to use any credits. I hope you guys use this like crazy. I'm not going to be here with you over the weekend. I'll be in the groups if you guys are there doing that thing. But as far as being live, I'm not going to be there. Use this chat. Unlimited, no credit usage, gets you answers immediately. Like, for instance, let me say, how do I create multi-tier pages? We'll give that just a second or two. It's going to pull everything that I need. Also, we have tickets. If you are experiencing something that you believe to be a bug, or you think, I don't think this is right, or whatever it may be, you can always submit a ticket right here. These are also completely free, no credits needed. So you can hop over here, give us a subject, give us a description. You don't need to worry about Loom videos. If you have screenshots, that would be great. But just give us a simple description. Choose your priority. Please do not be the person that makes everything an urgent matter. I know it might be urgent for you, but what's the real priority behind this thing? And again, we have an AI in the back end that does all of this. So we're getting responses out within like minutes. And it's really cool too. If you've experienced the support in Overskill and you've enjoyed it, or you didn't enjoy it, if you've experienced it, I'd love to hear your experience in the chat. Did you enjoy working with it? We have a ton of times people make a ticket, and within 10 minutes, the bug has been identified. The bug has been corrected in their account. They've been updated as to the status of that thing, and it's like 10 minutes. It's unbelievably powerful. And again, I need to remind you, chat is not token based. I want everybody to know that. So here we go. I asked the question, and it's going to tell me exactly how that thing works out. Any questions you guys might be having, just go in there, ask it in the chat. Again, that was from the question mark inside your app, question mark in the top right. If we're just at the dashboard, things are happening. I like that. If we're just at the dashboard, we could always hop down here to the bottom right. You have your question mark, and that's it. Same exact window. You could search articles, you could chat, you could look at or submit tickets, any of the things you guys actually have to do. Super simple. All right, let me close this down. And let's hop back in. Ooh, preview error. That's interesting. I'm just going to ask Overskill to fix. Sorry, I went a little bit fast on that. Anytime there's an error like that, Overskill always pops it up for me. And I just click the button. Ask it to fix. Ask it to fix. Ask it to fix. Also, really cool, if you guys ever get like API errors or 404 or HTTP errors, if you ever get an error, those are displayed at the bottom right of your page is where you'll see it pop in. If you guys are getting an error like that, just copy the error. Literally highlight it with your mouse, copy the error, put it in your chat. Oops, wrong mouse. Put it in your chat right over here, paste it, and say, fix this. And it just goes and fixes the thing. So here we go. Changes have happened. We can see in the chat right here, it walks me through everything that happened. So here is my prompt itself. Cool, got it. I understand. It says design direction. I didn't give it any design direction. So it's just keeping this, and it's moving past design and going into function and tech. So here's the plan. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a lead entity, anonymous underscore writable. I don't know what this means. Like, it's just tables and databases. It's how we collect customers, how we tag them properly, how we store them in the database so that the database is stored properly. I mean, I don't need to know any of that, but it's cool to read and it's cool to watch. So you actually, as you read these, you will start to understand. I started not understanding all this. I am starting to understand it. And it's not because I took a course on databases. I just read the chat as it was doing things. But here we go. Hops down the result panel. Both files are written. Everything is checking out. Nice. It's exporting properly. Steps 1 and 3, slider and a type inbox. Just like I said, right panel should be live, blurred out, and email gated. Awesome. That's exactly what I said. It added the slider. Great. It's looking at the preview issue that just came up. But we can see right here, my preview window has changed. So if we look, nothing about my design changed. Nothing about my copy changed because I didn't tell it to change any of that. I told it to change step 1 and 3 and add a slider bar. So I can now add that slider bar. Oh, nice, easy. Let's put it right there. My biggest block is, let's say, not enough qualified leads here. Step 3, if we solve that, what's the modest upside over 12 months? Let's say another 200K to the business. Nice. Now my results are ready, but I can't really see the results are ready. It puts an email box right over the results already with a name and a company email. Personally, I would much rather this box not be there. I would rather it just show them the blurred out results, and there's just a button that they click, and that opens a pop-up, and that would then give them the email. I want them to see this. This is my bait, right? They need to see this thing, and that's what's going to put them over the edge to opt in. So I just want, all this is perfect. From here, I just want to remove and change this functionality. To do it, I'm just going to tell it. I'm just going to tell it. Yes, Sonia, we're going to get replays up. Don't worry about replays, gang, don't worry about that. We're going to be together all next week. I'm going to still be teaching you this. This foundation is so important to learn. All right. So I just tested. I didn't go to an open tab. I didn't open a new one. That's what I was doing earlier. If I wanted to, I could open up a new tab and I could test this and I could do the thing, right? But I didn't need to. I can also just test here in my testing window. So now I want to change that opt-in box. Let's tell it. Okay, everything looks perfect except the opt-in and the value box on the right-hand side. I do not want the pop-up of their results already to be there the whole time. That pop-up is really blocking out the blurred words behind it. I need them to see the blurred results. That's the bait that they're going to opt in for because they need to see those things. So I'd like you to just make that opt-in box actually just a button that displays below the blurred results, where they can click that button and then a pop-up shows up that gives their name and the email they want to use to opt in and get their results. So from here, gang, from here, I really like screenshotting too. I just like to ensure that it knows everything I'm talking about in the moment every time and never has to ask me a question. A great way to do that is screenshotting. So I'm going to hop over here. I'm going to go like this. I use a tool called Explain and Send. It's just a free browser. It's a free browser extension. Here we go. So in Explain and Send, I can now draw a rectangle around this thing, right click, copy image, boom, hop back in here. And I'm going to, oh, did I put it on a different tab? I did. That was my original. I'm going to hop in here. I'm going to paste. And there it is. There's the screenshot to go along with the prompt. Enter. There it is. Great. Oh, by the way, it fixed already. It fixed that problem with the preview. So that's good to go. Rocking and rolling. Now I have the new prompt, and you can see down here it's asking Opus to plan the change. I can see that my AI is working. All right. Over and over and over again. After this change is made, I'm going to publish this app and then I'm going to share it with you guys, and maybe we'll just still have some time to, I didn't need to upload the image shade. That's a really cool question. So Kai, that extension is called Explain and Send. Explain and Send. Let me just go get it for you guys really quick. I'll make my own of these one day. Actually, that's another great thing. Maybe we'll make that. Next week, I want to build some really cool stuff with you guys. Maybe we'll do that the week after. Tools that you guys would use so I don't have to keep sending hundreds of thousands of people a year over to this guy, and we can just have it in our own world. Oh, sorry. Chat. I'm putting that in the chat for you guys. If you want, Explain and Send. There it is. So I did not have to. Shade, great question. I did not have to upload the image. I described enough that it would have known exactly what I was talking about. Everything looks perfect except the opt-in and value box on the right-hand side. My opt-in and value box. It says 12-month value. That's all the AI would have needed. I definitely did not need to upload the screenshot. It's just kind of a habit of mine. It costs me $0 to take screenshots, and it's just an easy way for me to ensure that the thing that I want it to do is the thing that it's going to do. It's just a failsafe, not at all necessary. Do-do-do-do. Things are happening. There we go. It did exactly what I said. It removed the opt-in box. As I'm playing with the slider, I can now see the things moving in real time. Sweet. Let's go with this. Let's go with this. Let's go with this slider. Even more happening. And look at that big color at the top. I like that. Now I want to reveal my results. Now I'm going to put my name in. Now I'm going to put my email in. I'm going to opt in, and bingo, there's my results. What do we think of that? What do we think of that? What do you think of that, chat? It is. It is cool. It's crazy cool. I don't have to know anything. I didn't have to learn. I say it a lot. Databases, table schema. I don't need to know any of that, of course, but I didn't have to make the edits. I didn't have to design that. Who's designed and built stuff before? Who's made edits? Who's done the things? Ooh, Mark, where's the email collected? What a fun question. Let's hop down here to users, Mark. Now I have my oh, sorry, I did that kind of fast. Here's my preview in the top left. I'm going to go to my dashboard. Each app gets its own dashboard. This preview lets me interact with the preview state right here, but each app gets its own dashboard. We can see the overview of the app itself, how many your credit usage, how many people are in there, just a quick view. The code is yours. You guys own this code. Here's the code. You have it. All the tables, all the data, all the schema, that's all been set up for me. I don't have to do any of that, but I have a users tab. So if I go to users, apps, and roles, here we are. Here we are, Dante M. Torelli. Ooh, I think that's because I used a different email just right there. I believe it is. We're going to check this out, and what a great thing to find, because we're going to fix this now right in the moment. So that's where all of your opt-ins, all of your people would go. Also, by the way, I can connect this to my ClickFunnels account. So every single time somebody opts in here, whoop, it sends them into ClickFunnels. And now I can use ClickFunnels for whatever. From there, you might have order forms or sales funnels that you want to send people to that are already built and existing. You just need a great lead magnet that's interactive like this. Great. Acquire the lead with Overskill app, pass them into ClickFunnels, start emailing them, start following up, send out your SMS, and then you can send them right to your existing funnels, or just send it over to a Google Sheet, or integrate with any other software you might be using. A really cool question there. Lisa, I just didn't see your question. That's why chat goes crazy. Throw it down there again. I'll have a chance to look at it in just a quick moment here. So I'm really happy with what I created here, gang. I'm really happy with that. I do want to check out one thing. Let me test this. Oops, sorry. Whoop. Let me go like this. I want to do a real test now. I've just been testing in the browser window. I want to do a real test, something very similar to what you guys have seen in the past. So I'm going to hop over here. I'm going to copy my preview link, and I'm going to add this in a new incognito window. I don't think you guys are going to see this right now. I'll have that fixed up for next week, but I'm just going to go opt in. Yeah, you guys aren't going to see this. I'm just in I'm using an incognito window because incognito windows do not have caches. I just did that test in my normal browser window, actually inside of Overskill. So I want to run a true test. I want to run a true test just like a customer would see it for the very first time that doesn't know that I'm the admin of this page. That's what an incognito window does for you. So really quick, I'm just going to slide some stuff around. I'm going to reveal my results. I'm going to opt in with a unique email. It was cftestdante+1@gmail.com. There we go. Hop over here. Let's go back to our users. Let me just reload really quick. Let's hop on into users, app users and roles. Ooh, and that customer did not get saved. I do not see that person. So here we go. I just opted into the software using an email, cftestdante+1@gmail.com. I do not see that user anywhere in the users inside of my dashboard. Where are these people stored when they opt in? How do I collect their leads? If they're not stored and collected, fix it so that I store and collect every single lead collected inside of this app. There we go. This is our workflow in 2026. This is what we do constantly. It's just do it, tell it, do it, tell it over and over and over again. I want to take, this will only take a couple of minutes and we're doing decent on time. I have a meeting at 1:30. I have to cut off. Yeah, Ash, I'm glad. Isn't that so much easier? Like I was talking about earlier, you guys should have voice. Sorry, you should have voice. If you're not hearing voice, YouTube might have turned off your volume. I'll have that fixed next week too, I believe. What I was talking about is there's my brain. If you've ever tried to edit things before, there's so many little things we have to do, making sure that all the pixels add up the right way, so all of our boxes display the right way, and it's a lot of really tedious work. I never liked the tedious work. I know designers like it. They kind of feed off that. I didn't like it. I just wanted to create the thing and it be created and I can go. I always found myself spending a lot more time creating, building, designing, editing, tweaking to get everything rocking and rolling than I ever wanted to. I don't do that anymore. Like all these designs are done for me. So just so you know, workflow, how I would do this, I would work. Yeah, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. I would work on the app, the functionality first. Remember, this is not yet live. We hop up here to publish. I have not published. I do not have a live URL. I cannot share this. I cannot share this with people until I go live. So how I build is I do functionality first. I make sure that it works the way I need it to work and does what I need it to do. Once my functionality is great, then I can sit there and take my time with design. If I have existing things that I want to go off of, like templates, or I've been funnel hacking for years and I have existing design layouts that I like and want to emulate, then I'll take those. I can hop over here, hit my plus button, and now I can just upload files from my computer. I know you're not, oh, you are seeing that. Great. Now I can just upload files right from my computer. Also here, I can choose my level of thinking. So fast is going to be the cheapest, but also it's the slowest and the dumbest. Fast doesn't think as well as smart. Smart doesn't think as well as max. For the most part, gang, I just stay on smart. There's some stuff I might go to fast for. The thing I use more than anything is max, and that's when I want it to be building something and I know it's going to be a complex build, and I just know I want it to build it right the first time, guaranteed, like no mess ups. Then I'll go to max because that's more about speed than anything else. I'm not worried about credit costs. I'm worried about speed and getting the thing live. Cool. I'm glad you guys like this. That's awesome. That's awesome. Anne was saying if you go to users and go down, app users and roles, I should see it here. In the users, this is where you're going to see end users. So I should see these people here in my end users. Not concerned about it at all, though, because Overskill is going to figure this out. It's going to give me exactly what I need at the end. And it's just, there we go. It's building in the proper apps lead dashboard with one-click CSV export. I did that. I did not tell it about a CSV export. I didn't think of that, but it knows that's a function that I'm going to need. So it just builds it in for me. I like that. I like that when it knows what I'm trying to do and it knows it so well that it does it for me. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, and then we can, thank you, Justin, we can do a hard refresh. To do a hard refresh, that's Command-Shift-R on your keyboard. And a hard refresh is just going to refresh the cache of the page. So just in case my page's brain was full, I could always do a hard refresh. I do hard refreshes all the time. I'm still not seeing that user, so no worries. It's going to be doing the work for me. Edit applied cleanly. Here's what it changed. Here's the verification note. It's giving me a check. The fix is ready on preview. Nice. The error was a preview artifact, not my code. It was a problem just with previewing, which brings me to the final piece de resistance here. Once your app is functioning as you want it to function, go to publish. Then up here, publish those changes. By the way, inside of your publish, here is where we allow people to remix the app. All right, so I am going to let you guys remix this. I can choose the positioning of my Overskill badge. So this positioning is for the Overskill badge. Remember, this is just like your ClickFunnels badge. We're not trying to take traffic from you. This badge, when they click on this badge, it gives them a link to Overskill with your affiliate. This is an amazing affiliate driver. Amazing affiliate driver. The amount of people that have generated unknown affiliate commissions off this functionality is crazy over the years. So you can choose the positioning of that. Do you want to show it in the bottom left or the bottom right? And then allow others to remix this app. Arnold or Susie, Amanda, great question. What's remix? If you guys are familiar with share funnel functionality in ClickFunnels, that's exactly what remixing is. So I built this app today. I used my credits. I used my spend. I built the app with you guys. I tweaked the app. I tweaked the features. I tweaked the functionality. I got it to a point that I was happy with. And now I can allow others to remix this app. which means you can take this exact app and add it to your account for 0 credits used whatsoever. On that note, I saw questions earlier of like, hey, are there other templates in Overskill that I could use to get a good starting point? Oh yeah. Up here at the top, just go to overskill.com. You'll have templates at the top, and you can see we have 239 existing templates today. So yes, feel free to find your category. You can find templates that are already existing, that are already pretty much what you want. You just want to change up some little things. Absolutely. Use a template. Use a template, skip the design process, skip the build process, and just start off from something that works. Yes, everybody can do that. So now I'm publishing, and 10% is always what it's going to stick on at first, right? It's always going to start at 10%, and that's going to take a little while. That's really doing the entire build. Once you get to that 50%, like you saw, everything is going to start flying. But check it out. We now have a live URL. This is not just my preview URL. This is a live URL that I can give to customers, and they can use this inside of their business or do whatever they want. You can add your own custom domains here. You click add custom domain, and it's going to bring you through our process. Use the existing domain process. We'll build your records. We'll do all of the things for you. Whoops, let's hop over here to preview. I was in settings, excuse me. There we go. Sorry, I was in publish. That's our remix functionality. We can turn on if we want people to be able to remix this app. I do want you guys to be able to remix this app. So now that I've built this, let me copy this, and I'm going to put it in the chat for all of you here today. Bingo. Just put that link in the chat. You guys can go to that link, and I'm going to do it right now. Let's put this link in a new tab, paste it in there. At the bottom left, you should be able to see on my screen right now, bottom left is the little button to remix on Overskill. Just make sure you're logged into your Overskill account beforehand. It'll make it so much easier. If you're not logged into your Overskill account, then it's going to prompt you to log in, because it's like, where do I add this thing to? All right. But you're just going to click remix on Overskill. Once you do, boom, here it is. Here's the page. If you want to create your own version, which means claim in your account, click that button, boom, adds it right in there for you. Yes, Laura, here you go. I put the link in the chat. Let me do it again. That's the link right there. Just hop down to the bottom left of the page, click remix that page. It's right there, little black remix button. Yep, go to the page, remix on Overskill, boom, that's in your account. That is in your account right now today. You guys can start working on it, prompt it, change it, tweak it, do whatever you need to it. Make it you for your own. That's our game. That's our game every single day. What did that take? That took us about 40 minutes of me also explaining to you guys. So you have ideas. You have things in your mind right now. You probably have existing softwares that you're paying monthly for so that you can do certain things in your business. Never again. We do not have to live that life anymore, gang. We do not have to live that life, especially for the low-hanging fruit, especially for the easy things. The things that we spend $7 to $47 a month on are unbelievably easy apps to make. They're easy tools to make. We don't have to do that. Make it for yourself. Maybe you want to make it for lead gen to give away to clients so that they could remix it themselves, have it in their Overskill account. Whatever we need, gang, we can build. Yes, Joseline, for current Overskill users, you are getting a verified badge. Next week, when you come to this page, sign out and then sign back into the chat. There's going to be a sign in with Overskill button for you guys, and everybody here will have that Overskill badge if you guys are Overskill users, and we have more badges coming, 100%. Yeah, you want to create something that's going to help them implement what's missing in their business. Yes, Lori, that is a great way. Yes, 100%. 100%. Hey, thank you, Robertson. So good. So good. Matt wants live.overskill.app. You want the production studio? Stick with it. I have a lot of stuff I want to give with you guys. I won't make any promises, but I have a lot of stuff. Ooh, Turk said, can I access the MLS real estate database? I don't know. Ask it. Go to plan mode. Ask it. Ask it what sort of functionality it has to accessing that. It'll tell you, I can access now, or we should create an app, or we should create a plugin that connects to that so we can read the data. Just ask it. Just ask it. It will tell you everything. Good. Mark, I don't know about building a whisper flow. I think about it all the time. Which on that note is kind of the homework that I want to give you guys for the weekend. I have one more minute here. Really cool to do this and really cool to see you guys in the chat. I'm glad you enjoyed this. I love doing this with you guys. There's so many more of these to do. It's going to be amazing together. The homework I would like to have for you guys on this weekend is I would like for you to just look at your business right now. Maybe look at a P&L statement if you have those handy. But what things are you paying for right now? Like, make that a literal list. What things am I paying for? And then we can look at that list and say, here's the things that I could easily build for myself and have to stop paying for those things. And then look at what tools you're currently using. And of the tools you're currently using, which ones are not working for you right now the way that you need them to work for you right now, for your business, for your customers, for your use case. Over this weekend, I'd love for you guys to think about that. I'd love for you guys to come up with a list of those things, because I'm going to be able to help you understand how we turn that list into a business. Yes, but I'm also going to be able to help you build the apps and build the things and actually do the things. All right, so I'm super excited for it. I'm super, super excited for it. MSAI users, I've been thinking about that, Clancy. I might absolutely. You guys are so welcome. This is amazing. Lisa, how to help calculate how much the users are going to save in our revenue or how much they're leaving on the table by not booking with us. Lisa, go to Overskill, tell it. Literally, remix the app, put it in your account, go to Overskill and tell it exactly that. I want to do this. It's going to do it. It's going to do it. Yes, so good, gang. So good. Olivine, I love that. I love that. This is going to be an amazing time together, gang. I'm unbelievably excited. Love to see you guys in the chat. New things happening next week. Also, I know I was going to give away credits. I have to do that Monday. I'm giving away 10K credits today. Guess what? I'm giving away 10K credits Monday as well. All right, so I have all this data. Everybody that was here today, on Monday, I'm going to do a double giveaway. 10K for today, 10K for Monday. Brian, how do you get a badge? Just log out next week of this page, log in again next week, log in with your Overskill account. That'll get you the badge, my friend. And you guys join in Monday. I'm giving away the 10K for today and the 10K for Monday. All right, I'm super excited for it. But guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to end the stream now. You all have an amazing rest of your day, and I will catch you all very soon. Bye-bye.